My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 30th, 2023. It is 1:26 a.m. I was playing around with the setting of this recording, when I'm recording my screen, because lately, since we had a new computer. I mean, my husband bought it a while ago, but it just took him a while to set it up. So he set it up the other day, and ever since, when I'm editing, the audio and the video, it's not matching. Either one of them is either faster or slower than the other. So sometimes I have to take the time to realign it and all of that. So it takes me a while when I'm editing, because the thing is that when I'm whatever it is that I'm reading, the tweets, I want you to follow along. So if sometime I miss something or whatever, you'll be surprised how many words that I missed that I think I said, and I said something else when I'm editing. So I will either put the correct word on the screen or whatever, so you could see what I'm reading, whoever wants to follow along. But yeah, the new computer is I don't know what's going on. It took me a while. I was playing around with the setting to see what happened, but I realize I'm wasting time, and I have a lot to share with you. I have 21 tweets regarding Megan and Suit, and I have about 11 tweets regarding Invictus, and some stuff about Andrew. I'm probably gonna leave it for another day. It's only 4 so far, but there were a lot. I decided not to put them on the list, but he's not that important right now. So, and I have some stuff to edit from yesterday. Okay, so this is my back end. 3,153 subscribers, new subscribers, welcome. I had 2 videos out. This one I took out from one of the long videos, and yeah, and my revenue still stuck around the 200. Okay, let's go to analytics. All right, same thing. Okay, views the last 48 hours, 3,948 total hours, or views, I should say, views in the last 48 hours. Okay, so my subscribers live count 3,153. All right, all these are for record purposes. All right, so let's go on Twitter. Alright, so I start with this. This is just the squad who's being silly on Twitter. So to get the video started. Okay, patiently waiting for a Sussex Squad Space to be open, meaning that, a conversation. All right, because at that time when I saw it, it was the Andrew stuff, the nonsense from Salty Island was being popping up on my timeline. Okay, so she was like, I'm waiting for the squad to start the conversation, kind of thing. So there's her waiting patiently. So there's some of the comments below it. LOL. There's me with the shade and laughing. Okay, I know it's like having someone in the office with me. The days goes by quickly. Exactly. This is when I'm working from home. I like joining in the space because I feel like they're in the office with me, just having general chit chat and gossip. I'm tired. The squad, I don't know. I'm so happy I stumbled on them because, yeah, they have some personalities, and you either get them or you don't. Alright, same here. What is happening? There's a laugh. I don't know, but I still can't see any space. Believe me, I've been checking. There's a laugh. What am I missing? Nothing. Just waiting for Sussex Squad Space. Same. Sussex Squad Space is like my radio podcast show. Really enjoy listening to all of our speakers. Yeah, there's some squaddies who sometimes create some conversation and things like that. When I was a couple times when I'm on vacation, camping, everybody's doing their own thing, so I will listen to the chat, to their little podcast. They have some good conversation. Okay, you and me alike. There's the laugh. Same. Okay, so let's go on the next tweet. Yeah, they have some really good conversation. All right, next tweet. Alright, so there's this one here. I shared this on my community board. Okay, Dolly Parton got invited to have tea with Princess Kate, but Dolly turned her down. Dolly Parton is one of the most thoughtful person. Even though she does country music, she's from the South. We have all sort of personalities in the South, but she's one of the top one that is respected. Alright, so she knows what's up. Alright. Dolly is not a mean girl racist like KKK. Exactly. Okay? They think everyone is drinking their Kool-Aid. They themselves drink their Kool-Aid. There's a laugh, sneaky smile. They forgot they should not taste their BS. There's the shade they are selling to others. In other words, you know how the saying is, drug dealers don't take drugs? Alright? Because if they take it, it won't be good for them. So this is what happening with the royal family. They spew out BS and then they believe on their BS as well, even though they know they're incapable of doing certain things. So they think they high up there. And if this is true, okay, let's put a asterisk next to it. If this is true that they invite Dolly Parton. Okay, this is why I believe when this royal gets their invitation rejected, they project it on Meghan, like the Taylor Swift story that came out a month ago. Oh, what came out a month ago? Okay, let's see here. Even if that of Taylor Swift story was true, nothing wrong with that. It's a podcast. Enter, maybe she didn't want to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. It happened every day with different interviews. Okay, the problem is not about Taylor not wanting to be in the podcast. It was the timing of when Meghan and Taylor's story came out, considering Meghan podcast was over a year ago, only to find out months ago it was Kate who got rejected by Dolly. But I didn't come across anything about Taylor Swift. The only thing that I know about Taylor Swift was sometime last year, could have been 2 years ago, where she was on a show. She was talking about Bulliam or something. I even forgot how the story went. That's the only thing that came to mind. Okay, I'm following you. Bulliam did a sing along with Taylor. Okay, this is the thing I'm talking about. It's a good possibility the plan was to hook up Kate with Taylor and Taylor turned her down. It's always opposite with their media cohorts. Okay, so yeah, this is the one that I'm aware of. That's the one that I'm aware of. Alright, so there's this. So random and weird, royal despise celebrity but caught celebrity, still trying to figure out this angle. Okay, praise God, Miss Parton has excellent taste that way. Yep. Okay, I love Dolly even more now. Great, God bless the legend. She has seen many Kates, so what's the use? Exactly. Alright, also with her sister being online defending the Sussex. Who, you know what, I know of Dolly Parton, but I don't follow her. I know some stuff that she's done. She's donated millions, I mean millions, to charities, a lot of money. But I didn't even know she has a sister. I know the story with her and her husband where they, don't make public engagement or something like that. They each respect their position and stuff like that. They don't step into each other's kind of role kind of thing. But I didn't even know she has a sister or even a brother. Okay, so let me read. Also, with her sister being online defending the Sussex, this invitation has more than one motive. The invisible contract and play to turn a snub for anyone else into something funny. All right, I'll go into that. Dolly was being very diplomatic. She didn't want to have tea with Mambos. What on earth will they discuss? That is true. And she's a woman who knows a lot. She's been around quite some time. Dolly must have had a schedule conflict. She is far too polite to turn it down otherwise. Good Dolly Parton doesn't do racism. That is true. I have to say, this is what I was saying. Even though she's from the South, she knows. She's done a lot of good things, and some choices in her life have been on the right side of history, let's just say. From what I've known so far, unless there's something out there that I'm not aware of. Okay, Dolly does not waste her time with performative philanthropists who don't give a dime of their own money. She's a busy woman, that's for sure. There was no schedule conflict. Dolly jokingly said she could not accept because Kate did not support her last album. Oh, she said that? Okay, let's put an asterisk. I don't know if it's true. Okay, Dolly was classy about saying thanks, but no thanks. Okay, so that's that. That's an ad. Alright, so let me go to the next one, okay? So I saw it. I wanted to share it with you. I don't know if you saw it on my community board, but that's that. Next tweet. Oh, I put it twice. That's the thing again. I just went over it. Alright, let me... So I had 20, not 21, 20 tweets. Alright, so let's put... Okay, who wants to tell them? There's the laugh. Prince Harry. Prince Harry warned Charles and William will no longer tolerate a part-time royal. Exclusive, the Duke of Sussex has renounced Queen Elizabeth II's firm belief and his family will not accept it, one royal author has claimed. That's Adam Chapman, August 28th. I mean, they're throwing nonsense out. Nonsense every day. My goodness. Phew. There's me here. Look at this. I even forgot I responded to it. I'm feeling the same thing here. That's why I was like, whew, thinking of Princess Diana. Okay, who child? May Princess Diana rest in peace. She went to hell with these folks when she was alive. OMG. Princess Diana, I know I want you to rest in peace, but help God to reveal this evil amongst us and your beloved. Harry. OMG. So are they hiding Queen Elizabeth II? Meaning that, is she still alive? Yeah, is that why they didn't want Harry to see her at the time? Question mark. There's that thinking. My goodness, Queen Elizabeth died. She's, what is it? It's going to be a year now. I know she died in like either leading to September or in September. I think 8 or 9. September 8 or 9. Because the Sussexes were in the UK going back and forth. There were like 3 different engagements. Yeah. So around September. Okay, is this a joke? They are not part-time royals. They must have forgotten. They didn't give them the half in and half out option. So they are all out and are not funded working royal. Right? Not a joke though. Just pure delusion. Yeah. Okay, do they realize Liz is having 1 year anniversary of her death? That's the thing that I'm saying. And 2023 is almost over. Harry and Meghan are now living in California with their children, Archie and Lily. Wasn't there some ridiculousness of Chuck holding a peace summit with Harry recently? They are probably trying to lay a foundation. That's right, a foundation to execute why he won't be visiting with Chuck and Willie when he's in London for Well Child next week. They're so pathetic. Yeah, I'm telling you, the squad know their motive, their blueprint. That's what they're doing exactly.
Gee, Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yep, if you go to some of my videos, because I sort of, whatever popped up on my timeline that's worth sharing with some of the squad who are not on Twitter. Okay, I picked the most important conversation to share with you. And the silly one as well, like the very first one that I copied twice. Alright, so they're trying to lay the foundation work to when Harry is in the UK, what they're gonna do, you know, Harry's gonna be in the UK for Well Child, just happen and hop right back out. Okay, to create a huge spectacle about Harry not visiting Charles. Alright, because these people are about performative. That's it. So they're creating the narrative.
Hey Ray, what do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Okay, my goodness. they really think they have any chance with Harry. There's a laugh. They'd be lucky to get a Christmas card. Okay, the article was absolutely insane, ramping up to try to overshadow Invictus with all of their nonsense, I guess. Alright, that's the thing. That's a very good point here. She knows what's up. Okay, he doesn't care, lol. There are warriors that aren't working warriors. Doesn't mean they're not warriors. What are they going to do, really? It's also ridiculous since he's never been a part-time warrior. Okay, look like they want to resurrect the idea of the half in and half out deal again. They clearly didn't hear when Harry signed off his documentary with, they are now moving forward, no more looking back. And the thing is that, can you imagine? Okay? This is why I think Harry did all of his action. He tried all of his action to try to work with the family.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
But the family was over their head thinking they're the shit, and they want to do evil things to Harry. So they didn't give Harry any room of leeway. And so Harry decided, okay, fine, I tried to work with you, but fine, you don't want to, so I'm out. Grab his family and get the hell out of there. And now, if Harry was suffering, okay, remember the pictures that they were putting out, he's gonna be working at McDonald's, he's gonna be asking for money, homeless and all of that. They were joking, making fun of him, laugh at him. Okay, but now that you see what Harry's doing, he surpassed their expectation. Now, without Harry hurting them physically, Harry minding his own business, doing his own thing, they are hurting because this is not what they want. Okay, this is not what they wanted Harry to become. They wanted Harry to suffer. The fact that Harry elevate himself along with Meghan and all of that with their kids, they're doing well. Okay, the royal family is hurting. If they just mind their own business and focus on their work, none of this there won't be any problem. For them, Harry doesn't have any problem. He's just minding his own business. But the other one, my goodness, they're lurking all over him. His work. Whatever is there, that's it. But isn't Anne and Andrew's children doing exactly the same? Rule only applied to Harry and Meghan. That's a good one. Harry stepped back when told there's no half in and half out. It was decided and he's moving on. This whole article is, as Nacho will say, is BS. Remember, there was I forgot what nonsense they put out. One of the tabloid put a headline out regarding Harry. And then Nacho just responded and said, BS, that's it. It's in one of my videos. Okay, there's this. Okay, it's a diversion because they don't want you to look at what's going on. That's another point as well, because the thing that's going on with Andrew, it seems like they really want to put Andrew back in the people's face. And people are rejecting it. A lot of people are rejecting it. Alright, so that could be that as well, because it's not going their way. Alright, we need to keep watch. They're up to something, that's for sure. I'm hearing that Charlie Boy is cutting staff job in order to secure security for Carmela's children. Thanks to her adulterous behavior, her kids are set for life. Okay, I'm confused. Aren't we all? Okay, bizarre world. Okay, he explained, so that's from the article. He explained the whole emphasis between King Charles and Prince William is that you cannot go against the late Queen's firm belief that you can't be part-time royal. Well, at least those decisions were made when the Queen was alive, so they can't even come up with this BS because the Queen was alive when all of this happened.
What I want to make clear is we're not walking away, and we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. The Commonwealth and my military associations, but without public funding. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible. I've accepted this, knowing that it doesn't change who I am or how committed I am. But I hope that helps you understand what it had come to, that I would step my family back from all I have ever known. To take a step forward into what I hope can be a more peaceful life.
Okay, look at this. What happened? When the queen was alive, then what's the wife? Claimed she was gonna be called queen consort. As soon as the queen died, she proclaimed herself to be queen. Okay, so I don't know what they're saying. Okay, Mr. Quinn continue. You can't habnad with celebrities in America for 6 months and then come back here and pick and choose which event you want to be part of. Is it because of Well Child? He's been doing that since he left. Alright, so anybody, well, from what I've heard, I didn't see Well Child come out and say it themselves, because they, from what I'm hearing, Well Child does not want the other warriors to be their patron. Okay, so they doing fine with Harry. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Put an asterisk with what I just said. This is what I'm hearing, but I did not see Well Child come out and say it themselves. Okay, and did the late queen commitment to the monarchy was beyond doubt. Okay, I don't know. They are not. Harry is not a working royal. Salty Island is so jealous that Harry is thriving without the royal family. And Harry and Meghan are the most popular royal, and they can't handle that. That's right. That's the thing that I was saying. It's a bizarre world. I'm confused, right? They're making some make-believe alternative reality where Harry's been and part-time royal. I thought the English was supposed to be intelligent people. I'm telling you, with the nonsense they pull out when Meghan married into the royal family, it truly exposed them, because their racism is so deep they lose their mind. Okay, the section of English that believe these tabloids are definitely not. Okay, that's besides the fact. Harry didn't even ask them to. Alright, so this is someone that I black, so I don't even need to look. Let's move on. That was a very good conversation within the comments. Alright, next tweet. Okay, 2022, Bulliam to the US to saw Archetype and Meg's face staring at him on big billboards. There's a laugh. And 2023, Bill will be off to the US. Then they cancel that? I think they canceled this upcoming thing. Something happened. I think they canceled it, unless if I'm mistaken. Okay, 2023, Bill will be off to the US and see the Spears and Invictus work staring at his face from another billboard. Okay, there's all those pictures of Harry and Meghan laughing and this and that. Okay, there's that. There's the laugh. I just love this for him because he isn't hell-bent on smashing Harry's life to pieces. I pray the whole event is a flap. No one interesting and bullies. Okay. I thought the UN thing, this is the only thing that I was aware of he was coming to the US to do in New York. And there was something that said it was canceled. So unless I'm mistaken. LOL, I will almost invest in a billboard if he was going to pass it a few times. There's that. People are laughing. I mean, once they know the billboard is there, they make sure to go different ways. But New York City is so complicated now because they block off so many streets lately where cars cannot drive through. Alright, people are just laughing. Troll on, troll on. There's that. Sure, that hurts. There's this. Boom. The squad are just laughing. Alright. You owe me Dr. Pepper. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. The squad are just laughing. I really think, I'll look it up when I'm editing. I think it was canceled. Alright, so we're coming into the Sussexes. When Harry officially introduced publicly his then girlfriend, Meghan, to the world, he chose Invictus family because they are the most welcoming, and it was where he felt at ease, the love. What makes you think he will stop going with her as his wife? By the way, look at the swag and pride. Yep. Alright, 34 seconds. I hope there's no music. If there's a music, I'm just gonna mute it, put my own.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight,
right? As I was watching, circling around the backstabber, Jason Kanoff. All right, there's this. That's how we ended up with this magnificent shot. It was like my guy had been waiting a long time for that moment, the way he was feeling himself. Yep. Okay. Do I spot the double agent Jason in the background? Yep, that's him. Yes, you did. That snake ruined this beautiful video. He was in the back. He's a baggage for God. That's all I know. Okay? Archie and Lily's parents. I love when the squad be saying that. Archie and Lily's parents. There's this. Look at them. There's this. Okay. This dress she wore at the opening ceremony of the Invictus sold out too. Wow. There they are here. The Marco Sparkle invade fashion houses like a lightning. Both shirt and jean sold out within a minute. Wow. There's this. I love this image. There's a video that I did in the thumbnails, and I put that where he's pointing to the royal family on the balcony. There's this, and they will never, there's the laugh, if they're showing their deranged selves to the children. An unforgettable moment of magic. Unforgettable indeed. His soulmate, precisely. The squad were talking about this picture the other day. I don't know if I shared it, where the caption of that tweet made look at his face like, you know, he's yearning for her. And I think I said something like, he's like, touch me so I don't have to sneak one. All right, Invictus Games. Okay, anybody notice who's working behind them in the video? Yes, that snake called Jason Kanoff. That's the thing. Everybody realized that. Okay, I have never understood how they believe he will give her up after they see him that day. Anyone who sees him that day can see Harry look so happy and proud to show off his new girlfriend, like he said himself. Look what I got. Oh my goodness, right? They're jealous that he's so proud of being her husband. He loves her loudly and proudly. Yep, every chance that he gets to say it. So somehow they feel like she did something for him to be besotted like this. I don't care what they say, but I know he loves her and he'll never leave her. That's enough for me. Did we not get crazy? I remember this day like yesterday. Girl, I can't believe how time flies. I was so happy for them, and now they have 2 children, their home, their cars, and everything they want. Love one big time. Alright, the very first Marco Sparkle outfit that caused it to sell out instantly and continued to sell out every time it was restocked. Right? Oh, in fact, it wasn't. The first one was the dress she wore from the opening ceremony of the Invictus Game. Okay, I'm telling you, the squad know about fashion. Usually I skip it, but when I realize a lot of the squaddies are into fashion and all of that, when I see something that you know, worth sharing in terms of fashion, I'll bring it to your attention. Whatever's on the screen, that's it. Let me read the bottom up. Okay, there's the bullseye and the heart. Effective men. Okay, that's in French. Okay, 100% love. The Invictus Games are so important, crucial to the well-being of so many. To show great strength and athletics, bravo Prince Harry. There's the heart. That's a different language. They are the moment. The moment. I love them so much. So true. Invictus will always hold that special place in their heart. It's going to make them remember the first time, okay, they went there, and that brings good memory for them both. Alright, so that's that. Let's move to the next tweet. And during, was it the open or the closing ceremony where they were sitting apart? Oh my goodness. Harry couldn't keep his eyes off of Meghan across the stadium. Alright, next tweet. It's the way he looks at her for me. There's the loving eye, and how Meghan lower herself to reach the children's level. Okay, 20 seconds. I don't know if there's a music.
By the sounds I'm breathing in. Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight.
There's a music, so I just mute the music. You see Harry's face right there. Look at them. Yeah, Harry always said children bring a smile to his face. That's why he's doing some of the things that he does.
So when a 6-year-old says to you that your country is ruining theirs, what do you do or say?
Agree with them slightly. Look, I mean, look, we all know the issues that are out there, you know, with the climate and the environmental issues, and it's, I don't want to say it's refreshing, but it is nice to know that kids that young have an appreciation and understanding greater than some of the people who have been on this planet for 60, 70 years. So I think without credit, I mean, I've been a pessimist many times because of the work that we end up doing. You can be surrounded by negativity sometimes. But as I said just now, the younger generation of the world has turned me into an optimist because they are the best connected, the most passionate generation that I think that we've ever had. And what we need to do is be able to create a platform so that they can be heard, because they have the solutions to some of the world's biggest problems.
I was actually going to ask you that because my sense would be that you've seen a lot of things up close. So you've seen miracles and you've seen great sadness. I mean, you go to a famine. Most of us read about one. And so you can see some things that perhaps none of us could really understand the scale or the breadth of the devastation up close. And you're saying that young people are the ones that keep you motivated to do this work. Why do you think young people are often so underestimated by society? Why do you think that 6-year-old voice or that 10-year-old voice or that 15-year-old voice is not treated the same way as that 60-year-old voice?
Because that's the way it's always been, you know, before social media, before internet, before the way that everybody was connected in a positive way. It was always presumed, this is my take on it, which may be very wrong, but I think the presumption was always the longer you spend on this planet, the more experience and the more knowledge that you have. Fine, I think we all agree that the longer you're around for, the more experience you have. But what kind of a world are we going to end up being part of if we don't listen to the younger generation who have all the solutions, they're better connected than ever before, and because of the connectivity, they have the opportunity and the ability to be able to fix problems in a quarter of the amount of time that anybody else of previous generations was able to do over a 10, 15, 20-year period.
Okay, this is what World Family can take. Even children love Duchess Meghan. What kind of, if jealousy is that? Okay, what kind of jealousy is that? Hating that a person is loved, they need serious intervention. I'm telling you, I've said the entire UK need to be evaluated by a psychologist outside of the UK, not a psychologist in the UK. Even them, they probably need to be evaluated, because the kind of thing that I'm seeing and many people are okay with. Okay, I'm sorry if you're one of the good ones out there, but the entire UK needs some evaluation. Okay, in the US, we know we have a gun problem, but at least many people are speaking out, saying this is a problem. We recognize we have a problem, but not enough prominent people of position are speaking out. I don't know what they're afraid of, because you're not gonna, once you die, you're not taking all of those wealth with you. What's the point of, anyway, let me leave that subject alone. All right, what kind of jealousy is that? Hating that the person is loved, they need serious intervention. These are the little things that should make everyone happy. I'm glad that Harry and Meghan now get to do this to their children. That's for sure. Okay, there wasn't an ounce of jealousy on his face. He roots for her, she roots for him. Okay, the very best type of partnership. So true, there's the heart. He's different from Windsor man. He said he was looking for an equal partner, and you can see by the way he treats her that he isn't insecure at all. Okay, then he told the kids, that's enough, she's mine. They are such sweet couple. Oh yes, Haz is a mess, but I know my guy was joking. Children and pets can sense bullshit. Yep, that's for sure. I was going on a date with this guy, and my little cousin kept saying, I don't like that guy. And I said, you don't know why. Fast forward, she was right. He turned out to be a creep listening to children. So true. They're a good judge and can sense if you're not genuine. The joy on those little faces, right? The palace actually thought this was a threat. I'm telling you, these people, their focus is completely off, right? My ass will have made a beeline to hug Harry. There's the laugh. Yeah, Meg, you have the kids, but my grown ass hugging Harry. There's that. There's the laugh. Because KK Kid will be cringing. Hers is real because Leo women make excellent moms and they love children. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, 30 minutes already. Okay, so there's this here. It's time to bring this back. I retweeted this out. Okay, it's not them that said they want privacy. It's something that the tabloid said about them that's latch on. Privacy is about the right to own and control what personal information you choose to share with somebody. Jenna Afia, Megan's lawyer. I have this clip, but let's play it. 1 minute and 31 seconds. There will be screenshot in between, okay, to interrupt it. Oh, while I'm saying this, there's one video that I put up yesterday. I think it's gonna be, let me see. I'm sorry, I disrupted that. I think it was the one with Kate, because I didn't do the thumbnails for it yet. I think it was this one. No, Invictus, building on each other's part 1. That's that one. Okay? It's on September 3rd, the morning video. I don't know if I might have one at 10 a.m., but the morning video. Alright? Building on each other's. You're gonna see a clown in one of those clips, because when I first uploaded YouTube, I'll tell you because the thing is still there, but I deleted it. Okay, they give me a copyright. Okay, this is not a copyright strike, but it's a copyright thing where I cannot make money off of that video. All right, building on each other's idea, part 1. They had flagged it. I deleted it. Okay, I deleted it, and I realized it's because I didn't put some sort of put some sort of a screenshot. So instead, I put the clown. I didn't know what to do because the video had already been done, and I realized, you know, I didn't put any screenshot of them talking. So I let the audio play the way it is, and I just put a screenshot of a clown. Okay, so that's one of them. This just reminded me that I forgot to mention it at the beginning of the video. But anyway, let's listen to the Queen. I'm saying the Queen, Megan's lawyer. Okay.
The overall allegation was that the Duchess of Sussex is guilty of bullying.
And is she?
No, absolutely not. And I think first thing is to be really clear about what bullying is. What bullying actually means is improperly using power repeatedly and deliberately to hurt someone, physically or emotionally. The Duchess of Sussex has absolutely denies ever doing that. That said, she wouldn't want to negate anyone's personal experiences.
So did you provide the Times with evidence? So refuting, it's not the same as rebutting, refuting suggests you actually provide evidence showing it wasn't the case.
It's really hard to prove a negative. Denying an allegation, I didn't beat my wife, doesn't address the sort of underlying problem that the allegation's being made. It's not them who have said they want privacy. It's something that the tabloids have said about them that's latched on.
Yeah, I know exactly who said it. I'll put it right now.
If you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
They have taken steps when there have been blatant violations, unlawful violations of privacy. Of course, then they challenged it because that's in line with their values. But that doesn't mean just because you assert your human rights that you then become some kind of Trappist monk and take a vow of silence and you're not allowed to discuss anything. That's not how privacy works. Privacy is about the right to own and control what personal information you choose to share with somebody.
Okay, so that's that. Oops.
Overall allegation.
All right, let's see here. There's the one. That's it. Piers Morgan fabricated the privacy issue. Neither Harry nor Meghan ever asked for privacy.
So it's about boundaries and it's about respect. They've created a false narrative. I've never talked about privacy.
Okay, so let's see here. The Harry and Meghan left royal life for privacy narrative isn't anything new. It's been one of the most repeated criticism of Harry and Meghan since they began their new lives. There's just one problem. It's not true. The Sussexes have never said that they wanted to be left alone. They've never listed a desire for privacy as one of the reasons why they left official royal life, or even as one of the reasons why they moved from the UK to the US. And yet, with every public appearances they make and family photos they release to mark a special occasion, the pearl-clutching public inevitably howl, but what about their privacy? So that's their for them to the Rangers. Okay, I think that's a different language. The late Queen understood the meaning of the word privacy when, as head of state living on public funds, the public is not to know her complete financial holdings. Very few pictures exist of her pregnancies, gave birth without home secretary present, home decorate. Home decorating. So is home secretary supposed to be present when she's oh my goodness. Let me leave that alone.
For the first time ever, I just spent 10 minutes in company of a real-life dementor. I see their hate on X, but nothing prepared me for my experience. Truly shook by the level of hate for Harry and Meghan. It was the acceptance by this woman of everything she's read. Laughed out loud. GB News, shoot Harry video.
Just wondering how you survived such an encounter. That's for sure. People that, meaning that, how did Meghan survive over there? Yeah, she almost took her life. Okay, people that know Meghan love her. I'll believe them any day over those who make money off of hating her. Okay, she nailed it. I applaud you. Jenny Afia is a lovely woman. Okay, so let's finish reading. Not share. The Sussexes choose to not share personal photos, videos, and other details of their and their children's life, period. End of story. Their insistence at privacy and personal autonomy helps everyone. And the thing is, if the UK did not come with all of this BS, believe me, I didn't follow Meghan prior. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of silly moments they probably will want to share it with us. But now, because of the nonsense, the situation that they put their family in and calling their kids names, so it's best to just keep it private. And I'm pretty sure Meghan would have shared a lot of things. Look at, for instance, the part where Archie said to Harry that his feet is dirty because he was with his mommy.
I gotta do his foot, Mama. Because I was with you.
Okay, so that's one cute little moment. So I'm pretty sure there's many instances they would love to share it with us, but instead, they share it with their friends privately instead. And that's fine. It's fine. Okay, I prefer them have their good state of mind. They be happy with their little circles. Okay, and I'm okay with whatever it is that they want to share. If I was a celebrity and I have the press on my neck, I will hire someone to follow the person who writes about me and dig his life history and take pictures of him or her and their family and post it on my blog and let them see how it feels. There was a hater who responded on that. I blocked it, so it didn't even bother showing. I was reading this earlier today. Next tweet. Oh, I almost messed this. I think this is the next one because I highlighted it already. Yep, I almost skipped it. Luckily, I remember. Next tweet. Let's pause. Okay. Here why Princess Meghan is the people's princess and why the media has always been bigotry, sexist, and racist. Yeah, I wonder why the royal family care only about themselves. They had destroyed their heart of all Commonwealth who can relate with a modern biracial princess. Okay, it's 2 minutes and 6 seconds.
It's not just Prince Harry who's fallen for Meghan Markle. Britain shows every sign of taking her to its heart.
One thing that people, especially young women of my generation or younger, like about Meghan is that she seems like a normal woman with a normal background, but at the same time a passionate woman. You know, she's got her activism, she does her yoga, she's talented at acting. And it's, I think, inspiring for us to see a woman who is in control of her life and does the things that she enjoys and is passionate about.
That's the key word. Inspiring. When you look, I've said this before, anyone who's been following me, when she went to the school where she was making the arm sign with the kids, the school kids, the first thing that popped up to mind is that she was a bright light to those kids, to tell the kids, not telling them, to inspire the kids, where the kids could say, oh, if Meghan Markle can do that, I could do that, or something like that. They could remove themselves and whatever status, social, in terms of social class, you know, in terms of, I'm talking in US term, not UK term, where they have royalty and all of that. Social class, meaning you could be poor, you could be middle class, upper class, this kind of thing. You work hard, you get what you want. This kind of thing. So this is the part where I think Meghan was the bright light for those kids. Okay, no matter what situation you are in now, but you could always overcome it, work hard, get yourself out of it. So this is the thing the institution did not want for those kids and anybody in the UK who they want to, for them to remain in their poverty, where they want them to remain in need of them. This is the thing why they don't like Harry. And one of those, I think it was, I caught it the other day when I was listening to the Obama Foundation interview that Harry did, where Harry was saying that he sort of want them to get out of the situation that they are in. I remember listening, I saw it and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I've been saying something in that sense as well. I didn't catch it several times that I listened to that interview where Harry wants those kids to not be dependent on charities all the time. Okay.
So how do you pick what you're going to do? So you mentioned the Invictus Games. You do everything from that to a program to develop coaches in the UK. You do, and around the world. You mentioned Heads Together, which is focused on mental health. How do you decide what to do? Because you have literally seen a lot. You've seen a lot of programs. You've seen great need in the world. Who puts a finger down on something and says, this one?
Yeah, it's. I think when you're part of a large charity or a large foundation, I think it is very hard to. It's very hard to say no. But I think what we've realized is it's even harder to have a finger in every single pie. And therefore, for us, early intervention, where possible, is definitely the key. Impact is definitely has to be the priority. You know, none of us want to spend the rest of our lives connected to charities of which we're just making people's lives better. You know, none of us want to spend the rest of our lives connected to charities of which we're just making people's lives better. Far rather identify a problem and try and fix it before it becomes an even bigger problem.
So that's when he was explaining about the Royal Foundation and all of that. Okay, so let's continue listening. Let me put, I don't want to put it back because I have to realign it because the system is already giving me problem.
Royal insiders see a similarity with a much-missed member of the House of Windsor.
When you see her with people, she's got that wonderful, let's say, royal touch, which Princess Diana had. You see people's faces light up when she goes over to them to talk to them. They all just want to touch her, they want to hold her.
She's going to bring the American energy and go get it all attitude. I think it's wonderful to inject something like that into the royal family, because what people want is they want the royal family to be relatable, and she's perfect for that.
The old millionaire princesses of a century or so ago, they brought cash to this country. She brings a kind of cultural wealth because she's different, she has a totally different background, she has a different take on the world, and she is a modern, determined woman who has things to do and things to say. Plus, she is incredibly glamorous. It does her no harm at all. So it's all pluses.
The British press...
There it is. It's all pluses, but guess what? The other ones did not want these. Is that Rachel Johnson? Is that Bojo's sister? These are the ones who's already up there. They see Meghan as a threat in a way when Meghan didn't care who they are and what they do. But they saw her as a threat because their social class will be crumbling. Let's listen.
Is quick to raise the question of Meghan's heritage.
I was reading press coverage about Harry's new girlfriend, and it was as if they were trying to say something about her, but I genuinely didn't know what it was they were trying to say. I was reading phrases like, not your usual society blonde, a departure from Harry's type.
And this is how, I mean, the UK tabloid, the UK press, they masterful at this. How to play with the psychology of people. All right, they start putting these kind of words to make people think otherwise. All right, but there's Harry and Meghan. They left. People are seeing what the institution is all about.
I honestly was curious, and when I looked her up, it was immediately obvious to me. what they were saying. They were saying she's black.
That's it. All right, that was a good one. Okay, what document is this? Meghan Markle, $1 million American princess on YouTube. Thank you. What's the link, Daniel? Or is it from a documentary? Want to watch it? Meghan Markle, the $1 Million Princess on YouTube. Okay, so she is repeating the same. Okay, so let's see here. That's that. From this point of view, Meghan and Harry Perfect will have been representing in the common countries, I think Commonwealth countries, Queen Elizabeth. They were popular, more popular than Kate and William, but due to their popularity, the royal family decided to throw the Sussexes under the bus and spread lies so that Kate and William will be in the good light. And the thing is, if Kate and William were doing something that interests other people, people would have seen it. They would not need to put Harry and Meghan down to get that. But look at this. After Harry and Meghan left, what have they done since then? Instead, they just keep on exposing themselves, expose. So that's fine. But meanwhile, we will keep on praying for Harry and Meghan to get the protection from God. All right? Because they don't want to give Harry and Meghan protection. So we're asking from the higher power, please give them the protection that they deserve, because you know all the corridors, all the nits and the crevices, that's the word, the crevices that they need the protection from. So we ask the higher power to provide them with that kind of protection. Forget the royal family. All right, even though they claim they are closer to God. Meanwhile, the nonsense that they're spewing, my goodness. All right, so did I finish with that? Okay. They were popular, more popular than Kate and William, but due to their popularity, the royal family decided to throw the Sussexes under the bus and spread lies so that Kate and William will be in the good light. Okay, Meghan and Harry stepping back will cost the royal family some Commonwealth countries, as Meghan is very relatable by these countries, unlike Kate. They're already stepping away. Let's see here. It's almost... it has lost many Commonwealth countries, not just because of their poor treatment toward Princess Meghan and the press, but that sure didn't help. No one should have been able to imply what royal family was saying. Royal family bad behavior and poor discipline made them easy prey. Agreed. I believe it should cost them Commonwealth countries. The British royal family and the horrid British tabloid media have gone out of their way to say persons of color are unwelcome and unwanted. This era of bowing to white folks, no matter their station, has passed. Okay, so let's go to the next one.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. And if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.